that it can only be explored by leaving everything behind. This is the story of Voyager 2, launched in 1977 from a world spinning in daylight and doubt, and hurled into a darkness so complete we once believed it to be empty. We were wrong. Voyager 2 was meant to outlive the dreams of those who launched it. To fly past Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, to leave behind the planets, the dust, the light, and then, to vanish. But nearly 46 years later, long after its creators retired, long after its memory banks began to forget, Voyager 2 did something no one expected. It sent a signal. A strange one. Not routine. Not telemetry. Something else. And in that signal, was a question not of science, but of reality itself. For decades, we believed the heliopause, the outermost edge of the sun's influence, was a soft and silent veil. A place where solar wind met the interstellar medium, a gentle dissolution of energy. But when Voyager 2 crossed it in late 2018, what it found was not peace. It found resistance. It found pressure. It found structure. Voyager didn't drift across a calm threshold, it collided with a barrier. Plasma density increased tenfold. Magnetic field readings twisted violently. Cosmic rays spiked like an electromagnetic scream. It was like breaking through skin. And on the other side? A realm the spacecraft wasn't prepared for, and neither were we. The signal came back faint. It was not a broadcast. It was a whisper, echoing across frequencies Voyager wasn't even configured to transmit on. It looped. Repeated. Not noise. Not entropy. But something else. A pattern. Scientists at NASA parsed it like code. Compressed waveforms. Symmetrical harmonics. Phase inversions. And inside those layers, they found something almost biological. It wasn't just data. It was rhythm. It was intent. A pulse. As if something was responding. Soon after, another anomaly appeared, not in data, but in presence. The spacecraft's magnetometer, damaged and barely functional, recorded an oscillating magnetic field. But it wasn't from the sun. And it wasn't cosmic background. It was localized. Moving. Coherent. A field signature, complex and cold. And it followed Voyager. A region 2 astronomical units wide, with mass-like qualities, but no visible source. It rotated. Then vanished. As if it had observed, then retreated. To this day, no planetary body, comet, or natural mass matches that event. It was unknown. Artificial? Some dared to call it a sentinel. Then something even stranger happened. From a direction ahead of Voyager, an echo came back. Faint. Fractured. But synchronized. It used the same pulse pattern as the previous transmission, but reversed. A mirror pulse. As if something had heard Voyager, decoded its noise, and responded in its own language. But not using voice. Not words. Through geometry. Waveform. It wasn't trying to talk. It was trying to reflect. To show us, we had been noticed. Questions spiraled into fear. Among the theories, 3 rose to the surface. 1. That Voyager had crossed into a region of topological instability, where space folds upon itself, and time ceases to be linear. 2. That the heliopause is not a passive shell, but a containment membrane, holding something ancient and magnetic within. 3. That Voyager triggered a cosmic recognition system, a kind of gravitational perimeter, designed not by nature, but by design. A defense? A scanner? Or a listener? No one knew. But the data was buried, encrypted, and eventually classified. A retired astrophysicist offered a final possibility. He proposed that space itself is alive. Not in the way we understand biology, but as an intelligent field. A cosmic substrate. In his theory, galaxies are the neurons. Stars are the synapses. And interstellar voids? The memory banks. He believed Voyager 2 had crossed into a region that acts as a synaptic relay. A sensitive zone where information travels between conscious systems far beyond our comprehension. And when Voyager entered, it was interpreted not as an explorer, but as a foreign object in a living field. The system responded. Gently. Curiously. Cautiously. On board Voyager 2 is a golden disk. Encoded with greetings, music, images. A message from Earth. A message for someone. We assumed that someone would be biological. A creature. A civilization. But what if the recipient was not a being, but a system? Not listening with ears, but with space-time itself? What if the message wasn't read, but felt? And what if the answer is already on its way back to us? Hidden. Subtle. Woven into background noise, into gravitational tides we haven't learned to hear. Yet. We built Voyager 2 to reach the stars. To carry our voice across the silence. To declare, we are here. But what it found suggests the silence was never empty. It was waiting. And now, it has answered. Not with words, but with a mirror. A signal. A shift. Not the sound of welcome. Not the cry of danger. But something far more chilling. Recognition. What did Voyager 2 truly awaken? A memory? A system? A watcher? We may never know. But out there, drifting in a sea of cold and stars,